where I feel like we've played really, really well, really, together. We fought together. We've been all in about us and the things that we have to do to win. It shows. Again, in the last two ball games, we've held both teams to under 40%. For us to hold them to 36% today and 34 from the from the 3-point line, and then the rebound like we did was another great effort. Really happy for Terrell and our 5 senior managers, for them to go out here in the Pete like this, but especially Terrell. It was great to have some of the members of the zoo here. For him to end his last year at home like this, compared to how his last game ended his freshman year. It's an incredible journey that he's been on, and I'm fortunate to be a part of that journey with him. I've watched him grow up. He's a guy that's bought into everything that we've tried to do here as we've tried to rebuild this thing. Big time effort by us, by our team, by our guys. I thought Will Jefferson's defense, his play, everything about it was really good. Nike was outstanding. Got us going there offensively, was efficient, made his free throws, and also got 9 rebounds. I thought Oni came in and gave us a huge lift defensively first. Defensively, both times he was in, and then obviously scoring a basket and running our team and doing it without turning the basketball over. Noah did some really good things. Again, big time team effort. Proud of our guys, happy for them, and really, really pleased with how we've come together these past couple of games. Questions?
Jeff, what does it tell you about your, about your team? That you guys have come out with back-to-back games like this, following everything from last week, or does it kind of reaffirm things that you already knew or felt about this group?
Well, I felt it. I felt it when we had practice Thursday, had practice Friday. When we practiced Saturday, we traveled. We went to shoot around Saturday night down in Raleigh. It's by far the best that we've had. Our shoot around today was right there with it. It's best 2 shoot arounds we've had. Again, I think this team understands how much we need each other. I think they enjoy being around each other. I just think that they have the adversity maybe has bonded us. Again, I don't pay attention to what's said or talked about or written because I'm in it. I know, but these guys do. So I think maybe they feel like they have something to prove. And again, look, these are 2 really good efforts that we've had, especially defensively and rebounding. Today, was a little bit better offensively. A little bit of carryover. We were good in the second half of state, and a little bit of carryover. We were pretty good today. Still can't turn the basketball over as much as we did, but I'm not surprised.
Jeff, what do you think it can do for some of these guys?
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
A little bit. Let me see if I can. Where's the volume on this thing?
What? Better?
Give me a second. See if I can turn my volume off. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what does it do for especially some of these younger guys to get an opportunity late in the year and then win some basketball games, or at least one basketball game?
Yeah, it's I think that's one of the things that some of the guys were excited about is they saw opportunity. They have an opportunity, to show. These kids are good players. They're talented players. And, they sometimes it's all you need is an opportunity. And they're ready to take advantage of it. They've worked for it. They've earned it, and they've played well. It was really good for us to win. I'm not going to lie. For all we've been through, to kind of reaffirm, that what we're doing is right. I believe in what we're doing. I believe in how we're doing it. I know it's going to work. I know we'll continue to add the pieces that we need, to do this thing the right way. I knew when I took the job, it wasn't a quick fix. That's very difficult for me. Because I want it to be. We've shown signs that we were on the right path. And again, we're showing signs right now that we're on the right path.
Jeff, William Jeffers had struggled to shoot the ball all year, but put up a career high in points tonight. What was he doing tonight to make him so effective offensively?
Everything. He's learning how to work. I think I said the other day when I talked, and I don't know if it was this, if it was the conference call or whatever, one of the things that had a really interesting conversation with him, and I love talking to him because you can have deep conversations with him. And he said to me, he was very honest, like, Coach, I don't know how to work. And that's something that and it's very rare to hear a kid take ownership like that. Most kids want to blame. They want to point the finger and blame. And for him to say that. And so he's learning how to work, learning that extra work is not punishment, learning that staying after practice or coming in early or doing things at different times, that's not punishment. That's how you get better. And he wants to be good. He has a really good basketball IQ. And again, he's learning how to work. He's learning how to do things. He's learning how to become consistent in his preparation to become a good player.
Jeff, you have 2 seniors on the team and only one did senior day. I mean, are you expecting Nike back next season?
Well, there's a chance. And we talked to him. He didn't want to do it today. And so that decision will be made at the conclusion of the year. But there's a chance.
Jeff, you mentioned opportunity with the young guys. Is it the same thing with Nike, that this is kind of mid-season we consider where he would be and he's just getting in the flow right now?
There's no one probably that it affects more than him, because he's shown that he's a good player and his season has been so disjointed. It's been more disjointed than anyone on our team. And, to get into a rhythm, I think he's starting to get into a rhythm of the game. We can't simulate that in practice because this time of year, you aren't practicing that long. You're not doing that much contact. And so it's really putting in game plan, trying to get shots and trying to stay fresh. And so these last 3 games, he's been able, really the last 4 games, he's been able to play a lot of minutes. And he's gotten better and better each game.
Jeff, you've had some moments of success over the last 3 years that make you feel like you're on the right path. Do these last couple games give you the strongest feeling in that regard?
Yes, they do. They do. Again, I believe in what we're doing. I believe in how we're doing it. I believe we have the right pieces. Obviously, we have to continue to add the pieces. And I'm excited about the opportunity to add those pieces. I'm excited about the opportunities that have presented themselves where we can add more pieces and more pieces to fit, and want to do it how we want to do it.
Jeff, you guys dominated points in the paint and rebounds. I know that you guys were working in Will, and you worked in Terrell, and you worked in Koulibaly, but you guys worked in a lot of different bodies today and got more success in that area. What kind of confidence does it offer that, you talk about smart basketball players, that you're developing those kind of guys in that area where you guys need to improve?
Yeah, well, that's when you're, and we've been this way at times this year. So what I'm saying is not like I thought we were after the first game. I thought for that next 9-10 games or whatever it was until after Duke, we were all about winning. We were all about how can we win. We were all about Pitt winning. And then we got just really screwed up after that. And we weren't the same. And you guys, you saw it. I mean, it wasn't. And I just feel like over the last, week or hell, how many, this is like, last week was like the longest week ever. So however many days from last Thursday until today, that it's starting to feel like that again, how it felt a little bit earlier in the season. And hopefully that's something we can continue to build off of. Not hopefully, we will continue to build off of.
Jeff, you had talked a little bit earlier about having some deep conversations with Will. I figured that saying that as a coach, that you probably have had with players over your career. But for a freshman, how unusual is that? To be able to have that kind of a bond and those kind of conversations. Especially for someone who's only 17.
Yeah, I mean it's unusual for a freshman or for any not even a freshman, for a player today to not blame somebody else when it's not going right for them. And the coach is always the convenient one to blame. And I don't know any coach out there that's actively trying to lose. And so as a coach, you're trying to figure out ways and putting guys from what you see in practice, and things like that. And if it's not going for you, if you're not playing well, a lot of times there are complaints. And one of the things that I've loved about Will, not one time has he done that. We've had some really interesting conversations. It was a while ago, And I actually thought he wanted to come and complain and talk about it or whatever. And he comes in my office, and the very first thing he says, sits down, he's like, Coach, before we get into anything, how are you doing? How are you holding up? And I was shocked. I don't know when the last time I've been asked that by anybody. Hell, my wife doesn't ask me that. And so it's just, it's refreshing. And I'm excited about who he's going to become as a player. And I'm excited to be on the journey with him. So thank you guys.